Welcome back to the program. This is Capital Market Live on Channels Television. Let's move offshore and quickly look at the markets in other climes, starting with the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, where the numbers came in positive week to date this week by 0.59%, and the Egyptian Stock Exchange, the EGX30, that's the indicator that measures that market, came in at 13,847, and that represents a negative of 3.50%. Kenya has 1.34% uptick. That puts the index at 163 psychological line. That is coming because that government is looking at establishing the first regional hedge fund for that region, and that decision is looking to keep electricity prices stable over the fluctuations in power cost. And that's again because the business owners and manufacturers in that climb are expressed worry over the rising cost and fluctuations and prices of electricity. One other reason for that proposed fund is to cushion consumers against volatility in power bills. Now let's look at one interview that we brought you this weekend. A former Director General of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, Professor Ndi-Okereke cannot wait to see the resurgence of commodities exchange in Nigeria. We tracked her down at the forum of the Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers of Nigeria, and she tells us how the stockbrokers are on the right track bringing derivatives into the Nigerian capital market as well as commodities.
Have been with us for a long period of time. Even when I was at the exchange, we took some of those dynamics already, but there's nothing that is constant in this world. The more you talk about it, the more you develop those mechanisms, and it works well for the market. So I'm very happy that the Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers has taken up this in this year's meeting. This is your annual general meeting, and they usually pick a serious topic to discuss about the development of the market. So I'm happy about they are talking about the dynamics of the market, new instruments, and how to develop the instruments we already have. And now they're talking about derivative instruments, which over the years we've tried to set up in the exchange, but sometimes because of technology is not easily accessible in Nigeria. It hasn't come full-blown, but with derivatives, the market can grow bigger. Nigerians will invest, if they invest in derivatives, will make more money, and then we'll also be able to develop the agricultural sector, which we all look forward to doing because Nigeria needs it more than any other thing. Because all these derivatives, especially agricultural products, can be traded on our market. We don't have a commodities market now. Who is going to establish a commodities market is also the stockbrokers, because they are the ones that have been taught the technique of trading in such instruments. So once you're a stockbroker, whether it is derivatives or you are trading in the securities market, it is the same methodology, so they will adapt easily. When the market grows bigger, some of the stockbrokers will leave stocks and bonds and move on to trade other derivatives like what we are trying to introduce now, agricultural products and other intrinsic products as they come up. So it is a good thing, and you can see that many of the stockbrokers are here, they're interested. That's the most important thing, because many people don't bother to find out. They may hear something, they don't understand it, and then they shy away from it. That's not how you learn. You learn by coming to listen, hearing from other people that have done it before, and that is what the stockbrokers are doing today. The Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers is the umbrella body of all stockbrokers in Nigeria. And so this is the appropriate forum. Because sometimes if the stock exchange itself organizes something like this, they may say, oh, this is too difficult, we don't know this one, let's not go. If it's the Securities and Exchange Commission, they will have the same reaction. But when they decided on their own to take this topic, take the bull by the horn and say, we want to trade other derivatives, other instruments in the market. That's the only way the market can grow. And that's the only way Nigerians who invest in such derivative markets will also make more money. What does an investor want in life? Is to make money in the market, no matter which market, whether it's stock market, bond market, derivatives market. And we do not, we have been trying to establish a market for agricultural products, which we call derivatives. But it is a market that will need a lot of government involvement, like grading the products. The stockbroker cannot sit down and grade products. So that is why, for a long time, it's been difficult. Because you know what it is to work with civil servants. I don't condemn civil servants like you, but I'm saying that it takes them much longer to make decisions than we that are in the private sector. If a private sector person sees something that is good, we go for it and it's done. The person that was trained as a civil servant will go through a lot of processes and a lot of approvals that may not be necessary. And so by the time they get to make a decision, we are tired and we moved on to something different. So I'm happy that the brokers on their own have taken the bull by the horn to make this particular year gathering on such derivatives markets. And I know that it will take off because all of us will work very hard. Both the ones that are working and some of us that are retired that have knowledge of it will help. We tried very much to encourage the Abuja commodities markets, but anything set up by government, it doesn't work because the government does not set up companies. Government does not know how to do business, and you keep telling them. Government people are trained differently to approve something, to read something and approve. They don't have creativity. They don't take chances and say, let's try this method, it will work. Because it is not written in their procedure. So it's only the organized private sector that can do it. So we must have a derivatives market and a commodities market. Look at all the commodities. Now everybody is going into agriculture. How are you going to sell those products if they are not graded, if they are not exportable? We can't consume all. So there must be a derivatives market.
Professor Ndi-Okereke, former Director General of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Let's just remind you that that conversation is coming up because the Association of Stockbroking Houses of Nigeria is coming up with a commodities exchange very, very soon. And next week, we'll be opening with the Monetary Policy Committee meeting. Analysts have said that they look to see the rates all left unchanged, as well as the National Bureau of Statistics that is expected to release the Q3 2017 GDP numbers. Maritime is saying that that will be 1.09% year-on-year. We'll see on Monday if that matches the reality. This is where we draw the curtain on the program this evening. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I'm Temple Ashaju. I'll see you next time.